The New York Yankees have made multiple sneaky moves over the weekend as they've brought in two new relief pitchers who could add to some depth down in the minor leagues for the New York Yankees, who could come up if injuries start to hit the Yankees bullpen, an area where there's usually some injuries. And also, we have a massive update on Marcus Stroman potentially getting dealt, with the Yankees continually having interest in Tim Hill, which does have effect here as the two relief pitchers brought in are righties and the Yankees are yet to have a lefty enter their bullpen. And we're going to break all this down. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here. And if you guys like the content, make sure to subscribe. If you're part of the 76% not subscribed and you want daily Yankees news, rumors, reports, updates on injuries and potential trades and free agency interest. Free agency still going on. You never know what the Yankees could do. They still have some positions they need to fill out. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, we'll have TikToks coming soon, but that's a conversation for a different day. The New York Yankees have been making some sneaky moves over the weekend, as now the team does have two new arms. The problem is they're two bullpen arms who are righties. Let's take a look at this. Look, The Athletic revealed that the New York Yankees claimed a pair of righties off waivers. First, WINANS from the Atlanta Braves, and then Rony Catras from the Baltimore Orioles. Now, Catras, who this is not right here, but the images got screwed up, was a highly regarded prospect who the team traded in 2021 in the deal that landed them Jameson Taillon. Baseball America ranked the Dominican Republic native as the number 80 prospect in baseball before the 2022 season. That same year, MLB Pipeline had him at 71. Contreras' career has trailed off since, and after debuting, wow, I cannot read, guys, in the majors in 2022 with a 3.79 ERA in 21 appearances for the Pirates, he has struggled in the majors and the minors. His fastball velocity dipped a little bit in 2023, and he had a 6.59 ERA in 19 MLB games for Pittsburgh. In 2024, he posted a 4.74 ERA in 49 games between the Pirates and the Angels. Now, as I said there, someone screwed up the images. It was obviously me. Look, the New York Yankees, adding Contreras isn't going to hurt them by any means. Is it going to change the landscape of the New York Yankees as we know it? Absolutely not, but you do have to fill out that roster, and frankly, adding a guy who you had once before is not the worst idea when he was a good prospect with you. There's always a chance that him getting back to the New York Yankees means that he could sort of maybe find his groove back, maybe under similar coaching. Obviously, Aaron Boone is still the Yankees head coach, and it's still the same Yankees system and regime, so it could help him. They could help him get back to what we know him as, which is obviously a very important thing for the New York Yankees to have, as Contreras could, end up being at least some sort of the prospect who he was expected to be when he was with the Yankees a couple of years back. Now, Contreras has had an active offseason, as mentioned by Twitter. He's been all over with the Rangers and getting DFA'd or getting signed and clearing waivers, and it happening again and again, actually, and again and again. Look, Contreras has had an interesting offseason, but now he lands with the New York Yankees, where he'll most likely stay at this point. And it will be interesting to see what the New York Yankees decide to do with him. Obviously, the hope is he can get back to form, and he is definitely not high on the totem pole, as the Yankees have one spot left for their bullpen, and, well, they don't have a lefty pitcher, and we will get into that in a little bit in the video, guys. But also, important to mention, that when the Yankees traded Contreras, it did not work out, but it didn't totally work out. I mean, Jameson Taillon was fine with the team. 22-11 is good, and then an ERA of 4.08, not bad, not great, but not what the Yankees hoped for with Jameson Taillon, who was only with the Yankees for 2 seasons before getting traded again. So it's an interesting move. I hope I wish Taillon the best, but the Yankees didn't really get anything great for the move. However, it was still a positive when you look at the way the Contreras' career has went. Meanwhile, we have someone else to talk about as well, as at the same time, Winans, who's 29 years old, made 8 big league starts with a combined 7.20 ERA between 2023 and 2024 for the Braves. The Mets drafted him in the 17th round in 2018. He's had a 3.23 ERA in 51 starts in AAA. And Contreras is out of minor league options, while Winans still has one remaining. Winans, I know I said that it'll be bullpen and that Winans is technically a starter. And yeah, he perfectly is a starting pitcher. True. I don't think he's going to ever start a game for the New York Yankees. I think they could end up using him as a bullpen role, and maybe injuries do happen, and this is where the Marcus Stroman thing comes into play, because then the Yankees, who have also been known to have interest in other guys, more veteran pitchers who they could look to, namely Max Scherzer, if they wanted that 6th spot as a potential mainly reliever guy, but a guy to go to if you have an injury to your starting rotation. The Yankees do want to move Marcus Stroman to create more room for someone else, and obviously the Yankees could just throw a bullpen game, something they're perfectly fine with doing anyway. But maybe this is how Winans would get his shot, that if a bunch of injuries hit, he could start. But if Winans sees some MLB time this season, which wouldn't be shocking, again, relief pitchers towards the bottom of the pecking order, they get called up and drop down all the time depending on injuries and certain matchups and all that. So we could potentially see him throw a few games for the Yankees, but it would almost certainly be out of the bullpen, which, I mean, we can keep an eye on. You never know how this stuff works out. Sometimes people just hit with a team and it clicks, so that could always happen with the New York Yankees. However, there's just way more needs to really fill than getting these two guys. I don't think this is a big changer for the Yankees, but it is something that's very interesting. And that, always could have an effect, or they wouldn't have done this in the first place. Now, breaking a little bit more down, the Yankees do have a bigger position of need, as mentioned, and that's getting a lefty in your bullpen. They don't have one yet, and it's getting problematic. But as mentioned, the Yankees likely aren't finished shaping their major league roster. They have been connected to several free agent lefty relievers, including Tim Hill. Tim Hill was really good for the Yankees when he pitched for them last time around, last season, after the Yankees acquired him as the White Sox no longer needed him and effectively just got rid of him. Look, Tim Hill was good for the Yankees. 3-0 with them, 2.05 ERA, 18 strikeouts in 35 appearances. The man was great. He was great in the playoffs for the Yankees. Very reliable, pitched a ton of games for the Yankees. I do think he's going to re-sign with the New York Yankees. He seems to be the top guy the Yankees are looking at. You also have other guys like, you have Andrew Chafin, who you could potentially go to, but I just don't like the way he pitches as much as Tim Hill. I think Tim Hill's just better, and he knows how to pitch for the Yankees, and I do want to see the Yankees keep him. Also, Tyler Madzek is someone the Yankees have had interest in as well, which is just an important thing to note as he is trying to make his way back to the MLB after these injuries and returning for a little bit and having a poor season. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes down. The Yankees are going to use that final bullpen spot on a lefty reliever, obviously, when it comes to consistently using it. I want there to be a second one somehow so, they can have more than one. Like, please, just get two. Call it a day. That's all I'm asking for. I think it makes more sense than to have the same guy because it's easier to game plan for and also just fatigue. So hopefully the Yankees do that as well, and they still do have to navigate the situation that is trading Marcus Stroman off the team, which hopefully will happen sooner rather than later so the Yankees can kind of just move forwards. As mentioned here, they still may also be looking to trade starting pitcher Marcus Stroman, who appears to be the odd man out of their rotation and is set to make $18 million next season. Stroman also has an $18 million option for 2026 that vests if he pitches at least 140 innings next season. The team's projected luxury tax payroll for 2025 sits at $302.9 million, just around the $302 million mark of the highest luxury tax penalty, according to COTS contracts. Obviously, if we know one thing about Hal Steinbrenner, is that he does not want to pay that, so I do expect the Yankees to move on from Stroman fairly soon. They won't really get anything back in return as much as more money freed up, and they won't be able to get all of that contract off. They're going to have to pay some of it, but they will be able to dip down the tax level a little bit and hopefully get someone back in return who pitches from the left side. That would be ideal because you're not going to get a second baseman or third at baseman or any infielder of value for that you wouldn't already have the level of on the New York Yankees as it is. Essentially, you're not getting a guy who's better than a DJ LeMahieu or Oswald Peraza or Oswaldo Cabrera is what I'm saying. So the Yankees hopefully will be able to trade him for some sort of lefty reliever just to get a second one in the bullpen. Outside of that, they still do have to cover that final infielder position, but that'll probably come in the coming days as well, as the New York Yankees seem to be closing in, as pitchers and catchers are right around the corner. The preseason is in a month from now, so we're going to see the Yankees make these moves soon, and when they happen, we're going to report on them instantly as they happen. So make sure to subscribe to Yankees Digest if you guys enjoy the content. Like this video, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, guys, and go Yankees.